All right. Thank you so much for joining Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa TV, and International Top Trends. We are live on 3 channels. Our youngest international top trends. If you don't have time, just say I mean. Yeah. So today I'm so excited. I'm very much excited to be here, and I appreciate your presence. Let me just have a look at those ones who've joined. Let me check those ones who've joined Freedom Global TV, International Top Trends, and of course, Freedom Africa TV. Just a minute before we proceed, allow me to recognize those ones who are present. Just a minute before we start this conversation. I'm all alone operating 3 cameras, so please permit me some altitude if I may not be like I'm supposed to be. Let me confirm that each and everything is going on well before we continue. And of course, somewhere you can be able to hear background noise. I'm so sorry we may be able to hear background noise because the place where I am at the moment it's just adjacent to the highway. You can even say hi. You can also say wherever you're from. Recognize your presence in the building. Recognize your place of, wherever you are from. Just say down in the comment section on the chats. Let's know where are you watching from today. Before we proceed, as I've told you, Ari, um, we are live on Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa TV, international top trends. So if you just wanna have experience on Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa, or international top trends, you can switch both and see what's going on the other side as you also subscribe. Just a minute, I'll be back. you better get ready because we want to have an interesting conversation here. So get ready, get ready. Are you ready? We are about to start. My beautiful people, wherever you're watching from, welcome back once more to Freedom Global TV. Welcome to Freedom Global TV, welcome to Freedom Africa TV, and welcome to International Top Trends. If you haven't watched all those YouTube channels, if you haven't subscribed to Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa TV, and the International Top Trends, please remember to subscribe as we continue the conversation today. Grateful. I'm so happy. I'm so excited today because on Freedom Global TV we are celebrating 100 million views, not subscribers. We're about to start. Get ready. We're about to start. So, before we continue, before we start, I like to introduce myself. For those ones who are watching for the very first time, my name is Clifton. The streets calls me Freedom all the way from Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa TV, and of course international top trends where we give you nothing but top trending cheesy stories across the globe. That's what we do on International Top Trends channel. So Freedom Global TV right here, we are celebrating 100 million views. That's so exciting. Wherever you're watching from, my beautiful people, I like to take this heaven decent opportunity to appreciate your presence. Thanks for clicking in to watch our live stream today, Thursday, not Thursday, but Saturday. Yeah, wherever you're watching from, let's know how are you doing. Let's know which country are you representing, which continent are you representing, and of course, your geographical location at the moment. Freedom Global TV we started back in 2017 December, about 8 years, if not 7. We have come a long way, and I think we are beyond 100 million views because around 3,500 videos are currently private. So if we can include the private videos and videos that are live right now, we may go beyond 200 million views on this channel. And first of all, I would like to ask each and every one of us watching from International Top Trends, Freedom Africa TV, and of course Freedom Global TV. If you haven't liked and subscribed to our channels, please take just 3 seconds, just thumbs up on this live stream. I appreciate your cooperation. So today I don't have much to talk. I'm so grateful, I'm so excited, and I'm so humbled and honored in equal measures. What I'll just ask you is, as we keep on this conversation, you have a lot you may feel like you should know. You might be curious, and this spirit of curiosity from your heart have those questions, those answers with me here. If you feel like you are curious to ask something, feel free. This is where I'm not only talking to you, but also listening to you. Talk, I listen, ask a question, I'll respond to you. So let me know, what are you feeling that you should know? Are you curious? Yeah. What is this that makes you be curious about maybe Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa TV, and the international top trends? As you keep on regurgitating and chewing your questions, let me take a cup of tea. As you all know, I'm so addicted to tea. I like tea so much. Shortly, let me refill my cup. I'll be back. I'm right back. So my beautiful people, I had already done my introduction. I think I'm no longer new here. Those ones who've seen me before, those ones who've heard from me before, even those ones who've been listening just a few minutes ago, I did my introduction and I'll just redo the introduction part before we continue. I'll just give a summary of Freedom Global TV, where we started from, where we are right now, and where we are heading to in the foreseeable future. The projects that I'm still working on, the projects that I've already worked on, and the projects that I'm planning to work on. So if you're watching from South Africa, if you're watching from Kenya, most of people from international top trends, most of you are from Kenya. Freedom Global TV and the Freedom Africa TV, most of our audience are from United States of America, Philippines, South Africa, Kenya, Rwanda takes number 4, if not 5, and other African countries and Asian countries like New Papua Guinea. I always see most of you from that side, and also the Philippines. Recently, we had new members from Vietnam and Cambodia, Vietnam, and Indonesia. So shortly, I'm going to talk about this. If you don't know this, I have flags from different countries. And this one is also a flag from a different country. I'm going to talk shortly about that. If you are curious enough to stay here till the end of this conversation, you want to learn a lot from these flags. You have different two here and one here. Actually, this is my favorite. If you know the country, you're sending this flag, just comment down in the comment section. And this flag, if you know the country, and this one, just comment in the chat section. Let me hear from you if you know any of these 3 countries. Let me know. Let me know in the chat section. I'll be reading your chats. I'll be reading your chats here. And also on Freedom Global TV, for those ones who are watching from Freedom Global TV, there's a link I've just shared on the comment section. No, actually the link is on, let me share it also on our chats. You can be able to see it if you are watching for Freedom Global TV. Below the video, there's a link I've just left there. We have a section on Freedom Global TV whereby we give you videos before we upload them. You can be able to watch our videos that we are about to upload, maybe the 2 days early or 1 week early. Before we upload those videos, as you can see, there's loyalty packs starting from 1.49 USD. You can be able to see our videos before we upload them. 24 hours early, 1 day early, or 1 week early before we upload those videos. What you just do, click that link and you will get those packs. So you'll be able to see the videos earlier than the rest of us. And remember, we are heading to 500,000 subscribers on Freedom Global TV. We're also heading to 10,000. That's our target before the end of the year. 10,000 subscribers on Freedom Africa TV and the 50,000 subscribers on international top trends. That's our target before the end of the year. So please, we request you that you assist us to achieve this big goal because we are a family. Without you, we could not be here. So we really treasure you, we really appreciate you, and we are in support. Keep on supporting us. Join Freedom Global TV. Join our community loyalty packs from as low as 1.49 USD. You will be able to see the videos before we even upload them. So I'd like to take this time to give you a brief summary of Freedom Global TV. And I will also give you a brief summary on Freedom Africa TV. And of course, international top trends. First of all, let me start with our youngest international top trends. On international top trends, it needs to be a music channel. You can also join international top trends and see what's taking place there. We have one of our members who've been working so hard on music, pure music, and there's some comedy. That's our young channel, but we've transformed it to international top trends, whereby we are gonna give you top trends stories, twisty stories. And of what already we've covered some from Kenya, I think so. We will be also live streaming on a daily basis on both international top trends, Freedom Africa, and Freedom Global TV. Brief summary on international trends. Let's come to Freedom Africa TV. It was initially a music channel, but right now we do music and sometimes news, mostly traveling videos also are uploaded to Freedom Africa TV. I'm sorry if I may not raise my voice. My vocals are not okay right now. I've been fighting cold. That's the reason why I will keep on irrigating my throat with a hot cup of tea. So that's the brief summary of Freedom Africa. And then let me go to International Freedom Global TV. That's where I'm going to dig deep and excavate those buried memories about the genesis of this mightiest family of Freedom Africa, Freedom Global. I'm being distracted here. So, my beautiful people, it has been a long journey starting from December 2017. It started with music when I joined music, a young boy after high school. I had a dream of joining the music industry. Right after I moved from the poetry industry, but I'm still a poet. Once a poet, always a poet. So I recorded my very first song alongside Widman and LK. The song was called uh, no, How Long. How Long was the first song we did. It was a reggae song, I have a passion for reggae music, inspired by Philip Black, all the way from South Africa. So I did my very first reggae music alongside LK and Widman, the guy who used to do dancehall songs. My second song, Abina, was a Swahili. It was like Afro music. And my that song, You and I think You and I is the very first video right now. You can go down to Freedom Global TV and watch the very first reggae music from one and only Freedom. Just go and watch that video. My Genesis, You and I was the very first song I did. Solo project. After that, I did a number of songs like Irrevocable Love. How Long was the very first reggae song. And then I did the 21 Yen Salute in the memories of our veterans, our music legends like Lucky Dube, our freedom fighters like Nelson Mandela, all the way from South Africa, Jomo Kenyatta from Kenya, Kwame Nkrumah, Kamel Abadile Nazar of Egypt. We have also other legends like Leopold, I think I'm right here. I've just fought in the country. We also have Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Samuel Michel, I think he was the leader of Frelimo. So other powerful music, Bob Marley, Bob Nesta Marley, all the way from Kingston, Jamaica. So I've music legends like Michael Jackson. Yeah, many of them like Philip Lakidope. So that song is all about these legends. It's called 21 Yen Salute. I've already talked about Irrevocable Love, How Long, You and I did a number of songs. I can't recall all of them. But you can also go down there and watch all those songs on Freedom Global TV. Yeah. So after joining the world of music, short for a long period of time, I think until 2020, during the onset of COVID, I started doing some funny clips like comedy. You might not see those. I've told you there are about 3,000 videos I've already kept in private because of the change of time. I don't know if you are able to see me well. If you are seeing me clear, you can also say if you are not, I'm not audible enough, let me know. If you are not able to hear me clear, also let me know. And so some of our cameras may vary. If you are watching from Freedom Global TV, the test may be different from Freedom Africa TV and the international top trends. The test may be different because we are using different cameras. This one may be very nice, very okay, and also very okay maybe. It depends on your test. Yeah, I think Freedom Africa TV has the best quality of all, and even Freedom Global TV. And also this one is not so bad. So where was I? After shifting from music, but I kept on doing music, a little bit of comedy clips. We did the roast episode 1, episode 10. I'm also sorry if you might hear background noise. We are adjacent to the highway and adjacent buildings that may create unnecessary noise, but since I'm close to the cameras, you will be able to hear me clear. I need not to shout so that you will be able to hear me. So a couple of here and there. Also did some traveling vlogs here and there, tutorials, and a number of videos because I had this spirit of uh, I had developed a love for cameras, video shooting and editing at the same time. So I was trying to early 20s. I was trying to discover myself when I was a little bit younger. I'm not saying I'm old, but I was young, fresh from high school, trying to understand the best I wanted in my life. Having tested music and music being my childhood dream, Also wanted to explore other fields like comedy, content creation. I did travel vlogs. I mean, I've also done tutorials on editing sector, video shooting, unboxing a number of cameras, drones. Yeah. And finally, I made up my mind to strictly stick to traveling and music. Why did I choose to traveling? You can also ask yourself why. I don't know if you are able to let me clear on Freedom Africa TV. Hope everything is okay. If you are not able to see me clearly, just let me know. Actually, I'm watching right now from Freedom Global TV. So, exploring all those types of videos, I settled on traveling and the music. The reason why I decided to venture into traveling is because of the love you gave me in the world of music industry. I felt like no, I need to travel around the world and meet each and every one of you. If I meet someone representing each country globally, I'll appreciate. Traveling makes me move close to my fans in music industry as well as telling stories that people have not told before. As you know, if you've been here for a while, you know I'm a journalist by profession. I'm a singer-songwriter, a poet. So traveling makes me practice my profession as a journalist, doing documentary kind of. I've done a number of projects. If you've been following, we've been to Coco Island, the most beautiful island I've ever visited. Coco Island. I've been to many parts of Kampala in Uganda. I was recently did a project and some of the projects have not been aired on any of these three channels. Done a project that is coming very soon on Fort Jesus. Fort Jesus is a topic its own. I cannot exploit all here. But what I just want to tell you that Fort Jesus is the most beautiful project that I've done. It's gonna be ready the end of this week. Next week, probably next week. It's a documentary I've done. I've also done a number of projects on the coast part of Kenya. Actually, Fort Jesus is located at the coast part of Kenya. Traveling, as I've told you, it makes me move close to my die-hard fans, you who are watching right now. I was in Uganda and I was so humbled and overwhelmed by the kindness of Ugandan people, my fans. Imagine traveling across the streets in Kampala, seeing the beautiful city. Coming across, I can hear someone calling me from behind, Freedom, Freedom. Oh, wow, Freedom, you are here. How do you come here? Hey, this is so wonderful, Freedom. You are in our country, Uganda. Hey, I'm so grateful to find you. I'm so grateful to meet you. hey, I love to take a selfie with you. I'm so happy when I meet such fans. I'm so happy each and every time I come across my die-hard fans. I don't take that for granted. Even you who are watching right now, I really appreciate your presence and I don't take it for granted. There's something wrong here. Just give me a few minutes. I need to find out what's going on here because I don't think that we are moving on the right track. So I need to recognize the presence of our beautiful fans from South Africa. I normally don't like calling you fans, you are a family. Jean Graves. Your name is so difficult. Jean. Let me just say Jean, all the way from South Africa. What a blessing to the world. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Jean, all the way from South Africa. And that will also allow me to appreciate the presence of Love Line from Cameroon. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate your presence. Cameroon people, I think Samuel Eto Football is from Cameroon, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you so much, my beautiful family members from South Africa and Cameroon. Just a minute, let me find out what's going on. I think, are you able to see me? Zin, please let me know. I'm, I'm clearly visible on Freedom Global TV because from my end here, I think there's something wrong. Let me know if everything is okay. You know the quality of. Please let me know if I'm clearly seen on Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa, and International Top Trends. Let me know because I don't want to be struggling here while you are struggling there trying to have a better picture. Because every time I'm on cameras, and I've just told you I have this love for cameras. I don't like having the poor quality final result. No, I don't want you to watch poor quality result. No, just want you to have the better feelings, the better view. So if you are struggling to see me clear, let me know. We'll find out. So I'm not far. I'm just trying to operate this camera here. I think everything is okay now. Let me try to adjust my light a little bit. I think now it's okay. It's okay now. You can be able to see me clear now. Just, just irritate. I was just irrigating my throat before we continue now. Keep on texting, keep on contributing to our chat. It's open for any contribution. I'll also give shout out to those ones who comment here. I'll also recognize your presence, those ones who are watching right now. So if you are watching, please let know where are you watching from. I'm still on the genesis of Freedom Global TV. Initially, it used to be Freedom Fighter from Freedom Fighter to Freedom Africa, from Freedom Africa to Freedom Global TV. I'll just let you know the reason why we kept on moving forward. It was a transition from Freedom Fighter. Yeah, I think I've told this a number of times, but I will just repeat it for those ones who are watching right now for the very first time. Maybe there are some individuals watching from international top trends for the first time. I repeat, this is history, a brief history of Freedom Global TV. Yeah, now I am able to capture the dot 1080p, if not 2K. So the genesis of freedom, and most people may ask, why do they call it freedom? The street calls me freedom. My name is Clifson. My name is Clifson. Raised in a family of seven, mother, father, two brothers, and two sisters. Third born or that last born, whichever the case. From the bottom of, from the top, the third born, and from the bottom up, that last. So two sisters below me, two brothers above me. And so as a result of a beautiful lady and handsome gentleman met, and as a result of them getting to know each other, they fell in love, and the result of that love is Clifton and the other three, not three but four. Some the result of the love between the most handsome father I've ever had and the most beautiful mother I've ever had in the whole world. They named me Wycliffe. Initially, my name was Wycliffe. So as a young boy, I had this dream to join music industry inspired by, I've told you, Harry Philip Black. When he died, I was a very young boy, back in 2007. I was very, very young. But I feel like the that is supposed to be like, we've lost a music legend. Initially, I didn't have a dream to join reggae music. Sorry. So, the death of Philip Black really inspired me to join reggae music. I was a young boy, very young, and ever since 2007, I felt like one day I'll be a musician and replace the art that Philip Black has left. So back in my school, those one two we were together. I don't know if they can remember, but I used to refer myself as Wycliffe. Before then, I was Wycliffe. I felt like there's no famous person by the name Wycliffe. There's no famous person by the name Wycliffe. So I had to change from Wycliffe to Clifson. The reason why I had to change from Wycliffe to Clifson, Clifson sounds like music thing. I don't know if you can you understand what I mean. Clifson sounds like music thing. We have these legends in music industry like Eric Donaldson in reggae music, Michael Jackson in music, and now we have these people ending with O-N or S-O-N. So. You see? So it sounds like music thing. Now that's how I had to change from Wycliffe to Clifson. And it was so difficult for me to convince my parents. Though they supported me, but it was so difficult to convince them that now I'm changing from Wycliffe to Clifson. And in fact, all my certificates, birth, and education, and the other certificates that I've acquired in my life, all of them have Clifson. So I'm now Clifson. Now Clifson back in primary school. Each and every time I was referring to myself, I was referring to as Clifson, the future musician. Even when I became a musician, I kept on Clifson, the future musician, because it was like a favorite song in me now. I could not even recognize myself as a musician. Even when I was in the music industry, I was like the future musician. Now, clips on the musician. Even those who had me clips on the future musician, they never took me serious until they saw me. Because the background where we were raised, there's no music background, no uncle, no aunt, no grandfather, no grandmother in music industry. Even parents from both sides, from both families, they never had anyone in the music industry. Now, not even the relatives and close family members. Also, the entire community, we never had a serious musician. Let me say a serious musician. I don't think there was one. I could have had just music if we had anyone who was serious. So most people never took me serious. It was just like a simple dream from a simple boy in the village. I kept on chasing the dream. Grandfather told me one thing I can remember. Grandson, always follow your dream. And if you can't, always chase your dreams. That is what my grandfather told me, and since then I believed in myself. There's this thing I have in me. I'm the most positive minded person. No matter the challenges, no matter the negativity, no matter the expectation from people around me, if I've decided to do this, if I've decided to follow this dream, I'll always have a positive perception towards the end result of the dream I'm pursuing. So it was very difficult for people to convince me that nobody have ever come from this background, from this village, from this school, and became a successful musician. I never had that. I never took them serious. That was like a hornbill sound. It was like croaking sound of frogs that can never stop an elephant from drinking water. So joining music industry was the most interesting part of my life because this was a long term dream I kept on talking about. And then the first day when we entered into the recording studio with Alk and Widman, the guy who introduced me to music industry, I'm always grateful to this guy. Wherever he is, we actually met last when I went back to the coast part of Kenya. We met, so he's a nice guy. I did appreciate him because he introduced me to the world of music and it brought my dream nearer, the dream of becoming a musician. So I really appreciate the support. And this guy was so positive minded. They never looked down upon me like, no, we don't have musicians. But he was also a musician from the same school, became a musician. So it was like my inspiration, my motivation. Now, from primary to high school, you may wonder how freedom came to replace Clifson. In high school, we used to have music competition and a drama. It used to happen once a year, I think so. Once a year, yeah. There's this drama festival and the music festival separate. If this semester we have music, the next semester we have drama, and the other semester we have maybe uh, athletics or games. So I had already written a number of songs from primary school. But here in high school, there's this mentality people have about reggae music. I was a lover of reggae music and I've already written a number of songs in reggae music. There's this perception people have. I don't know if up to today they still have that mentality. If you are a supporter of reggae music, you must be smoking something, you must be crooked in your mind. That's how people do think. But I like Philip Laklube because he set a good example to reggae community and the Rastafarian community. You don't need to smoke something to be a Rastafarian. You don't have to have dreadlocks to be a Rastaman. Philip Laklube, he never smoked. He never drank any kind of alcoholic drinks. He just lived the best life you can emulate or you can admire. So in high school, it was so difficult for me to convince teachers that I'm going to participate in reggae music competition, and I don't think they ever had such section for music. Though there was music, freestyle, but I don't think that they had reggae music. They had some genres like rumba. It was so common. Tarab. Tarab is a kind of music, a genre of music that is normally originates from coast parts of Kenya and Tanzania. I never had a section of reggae music. Now I had to change because I needed to participate in this music. I had to change to poetry. In music and in poetry, they are closely related in terms of composition. Composition in poetry and in music, it doesn't differ so much. So I started writing poems, and my first poem I remember till today. I must be a millionaire. I don't say I must be a millionaire at the moment, but if in case I must be, I must be. But that was the very first poem I wrote. I must be a millionaire. The other poem was a love song. Tell her. I'm not talking much about it, but Tell Her was the title of the poem I wrote. Next number of poems. Number of poems. Over 100 poems. Before I went to high school, I wrote over 100 poems. So there's this poem that made me famous. The entire region, in different schools I went, I presented that poem. I became more famous in different counties, but then we didn't have counties. We didn't have counties, but then we had districts. So I became more famous in different districts. In the composition, this section of poetry I was presenting, it was 1016J, 1016J and 1116J. 1116J for Swahili on composition and 1116J for English on composition. So I became more famous. There's this poem I wrote, I like celebrating legends. This poem talks about my grandfather, freedom fighter. My grandfather, I mean, he was a Second World War veteran. Now, when I wrote this poem, I never knew it could go far, but I gave it to my level best. I did it to my level best. And the Swahili poem I also wrote that here, it also did well to regional level. And the freedom fighter, the poem I wrote went to national level. It was the best poem till today. The poem that made this name freedom right here. So I can remember part of the verses, though it has been years ever since I went through the script of freedom fighter. So for those ones who understand poetry well, even in Swahili, we have this verse that keep on repeating on each stanza or paragraphs. I mean, so in Swahili we call it kibwagizo, kiitikio, kiimbo, ukarara. It keeps on repeating each stanza, the last verse in each stanza or in each paragraph. So for this case, this poem, Freedom Fighter, my grandfather, was the verse that I kept on repeating in each stanza or in each paragraph. So Freedom Fighter, my grandfather, across the bridge of humiliation, determined with a lot of vigor to retrieve, renovate, and restore our ruined freedom. Freedom Fighter, my grandfather. Rain, the sour, is not always the harvest. His sweat, blood, and theirs will make a good, beautiful swimming pool for us in future. Freedom Fighter, my grandfather. The Second World War veteran under retribution. He was wiser, now dying in Russia. Freedom Fighter, my grandfather. So, in high school, I changed three schools. First school, I presented the poem. Second school, I presented the poem. In the third school, I presented the poem. And in each school I went, after presenting that poem, I was automatically nicknamed Freedom Fighter. You know, second school, Freedom Fighter. And my Clifson name completely lost. Different teachers who could, where's Freedom? So, if you come to my class and ask, where's Clifson? Who is that? We don't have that person here. Oh, Freedom. Yeah. Now we know who you are referring to as Clifson. That's how I ended up becoming Freedom Fighter. They used to call me Freedom Fighter, and when I joined the music industry, I started referring to myself as Freedom Fighter, already because the name was so big, Freedom Fighter, and then some years down the line, I felt like now, the expectations of people, when they hear Freedom Fighter, of an old cranny, when they, I used to go to auditions, and sometimes I used to go to clubs to perform reggae music. And from the introduction part of it, you can imagine MC introducing himself as a Freedom Fighter. So people are expecting to see an old mzee, very old now with BS, gray hair, coming on stage, and all of a sudden, and 20s boy holding a mic. This is a Freedom Fighter. No, that's expectations. It was so opposite of the expectation of people when doing introduction. Now I feel like no, this Freedom Fighter is going to ruin my reputation, because people are expecting to see Freedom Fighter, a real Freedom Fighter, because back in those days, Second World War, years have gone by now, and you cannot expect a 20-year-old boy to participate in Second World War. So when they hear about Freedom Fighter, what comes into their mind is an old person, very old, because he was a Freedom Fighter. Now, there's another reason why I never told you. There's another reason why they call me Freedom Fighter. I do believe in equality. I do believe in equality, and I've always fought several battles for my friends, classmates, schoolmates, to see them being treated equally, just like others, no matter where they come from, no matter their background, their race, their age, and even their body size. You see, some people may be discriminated because of their body size. Maybe we are in the same class, but this person is so tiny, this person maybe is so young compared to other classmates. These people might be in a situation whereby they are being discriminated. I was fighting for them, and from then they used to call me Child Ambassador, if not freedom fighter. Because now you see, freedom fighter rhymes with what I was doing. If they don't have that freedom of expressing themselves because of maybe their age, maybe they are young, tiny. I was there for them. So freedom fighter was rhyming with my character trait. Yes, I entered into the world of music. Freedom fighter. Doing music for a living after high school for a number of days or years. I feel like now I should change. I don't want to give people a different vibe when I'm being introduced to stage to perform. People expecting an old mzee, an old person to come on stage only to realize that it's just a small boy, 20s. I changed. I dropped fighter. I pushed with the freedom, only freedom. So before we continue, please, if you are watching from Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa TV, and the international top trends, please give us thumbs up. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. You may not know why we always ask you to give us thumbs up. Just click that like button. Like, and you can be able to share to your friends if you are generous enough. I don't say you're not generous. Share it to your friends. And I also commit to some altitude because I told you I the place where we are at the moment it's adjacent to the highway. If you can be able to hear background noise, maybe of vehicle moving, maybe kids moving around, please permit me some little altitude for that reason. But I think I'm audible enough. Please comment if you are able to hear me. Let me know. Let me know. If you are unable to hear me, please let me know because I don't want to destroy the gist of this conversation. And I told you, I'm not here to talk alone. You can also contribute if you have an idea you want to share. If you have something you want us to know, let's hear from you, my friend. If you have an idea, share it here. Represent your continent, your country. If you are from Asia, let's know. If you are from Africa, let's know. North America, South America, Europe, Australia, let's know. Represent your continent, represent your country. Yes, here we have a conversation. If you are curious, just like we normally do, you ask a question, I answer it. You ask a question, I answer it. Yes, feel free to ask questions. Wherever I never explained well along the conversation, you can ask a question and I will answer you. Please feel free. Here we don't talk just talking, we converse, we exercise conversation kind of. So let me hear from you. I'll also appreciate Jane all the way from South Africa. And I also appreciate Love Line. What a romantic name, Love Line. Your first name is difficult to pronounce. I don't want to mispronounce your name. The second name is Love Line. I appreciate your presence in the building all the way from Cameroon, Africa. So I need to hear from you. Ask the questions as I take a cup of tea to irrigate my throat. So my good people, I'm back. I'm back. Somewhere. I'm feeling my cup of tea. Somewhere I'm feeling my cup of tea, but I'm sure you can be able to hear me on Freedom Global TV. Just giving you time to ask questions. I'm listening and I'm waiting for your questions. I like answering questions, please. Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you guys. It's your time to contribute to the conversation of today before I proceed with my brief history on Freedom Global TV as we celebrate 100 million views on YouTube. Remember, we are live on Freedom Global TV, Freedom Africa TV, and of course, international top trends where we give you trending stories and the twisted stories from Freedom from international top trends. So, if you are new here and if you are joining for the first time, remember to subscribe. My name is Clefson and the streets calls me Freedom. And if you just have time, just call me International Boy Child Ambassador. All the way from East Africa, Kenya. So please, listening, I'm just waiting your questions. Let me know what I think about this conversation before I continue. I just took a short break to irrigate my throat. I told you I'm not okay, but we continue with the conversation of today. So I just given you this short period of time. Ask questions. Remember, we don't know. We not only talk, but we converse one-on-one. It's your time to communicate. And as we communicate, I feel easy. Ask a question, I answer. Let the boss. You say it, I do it. So please, let me hear from you. Help me to share this live stream. Contribute. Ask questions. Feel free. I'm here to answer your spiritual curiosity. Whatever you want to know, I'm here. Before I proceed to the second section of this conversation and the last section, let me hear from you first, because you know it's so bad if I'm not going to give you time to talk. Like I'm now talking like a boss. No, I'm not a boss. I'm my boss. You say it, I do it. You say, I do it. Command, I follow the instructions, right? Yes. So it's your time, my friends. It's your time to talk. It's your time to talk. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Like our conversation. I'm about to start our second section of this conversation, but just before that, let me hear from you first. You know, I don't know if I'm talking to myself, if I'm communicating to you guys. For the better part of this conversation, we should interact with each other. And for those who are watching from Freedom Global TV, please remember that we have a link below this video. So to join our community and obtain our community badge, remember to click that link. You will be able to watch our videos 24 hours before the videos goes live. You will be able to watch those videos. There are some videos we set aside purposely for our community members. Take your badge as low as 1.46 USD. You get your badge, community badge, all of loyalty, whereby you will be able to watch our videos 24 hours early, 1 week early, and even 1 month early before the videos goes live. So you just click the link below this live stream. You will be able to get directed automatically to the section of our community, whereby you will be able to watch the videos just before they go live on YouTube. You will be so privileged to watch those videos, even 2 days early, 24 days early, even 1 month early. There are some videos that are set aside purposely to you guys. So just go to Freedom Global TV. Even if you are watching right from Freedom Africa TV, if you are watching from international top trends, go direct to Freedom Global TV. Click that link. You will be able to be among the few, the chosen few, who always have a privilege to watch our videos 2 days early, 24 days early, and even 1 month early before we release those videos to the public. So please, waiting for my friend. Just a minute, I'll be back to continue with the second section of our conversation. But just before we end this first section, I'm coming to wind up the conversation and the brief history about Freedom Global TV. Now it's a transition from freedom fighter to freedom, just before Freedom Global. I let you know, if you stay tuned in to the end, I let you know the reason why I have this three and this three. This is a flag of a country, and this one is also a flag of a country. If you know the country representing this, if you know the country with this flag, comment on the chat section. I'll be able to read it to our members. But please, let's keep on the conversation. Let the conversation flow. Oh, so far, so good. Cameroon is represented by Loveline. We also have Jean all the way from South Africa representing South Africa community. Please represent your continent, represent your country. Let's know where are you watching from. I'll be back shortly, just a few minutes. Ask any question, please. Any question, I'll be back to answer your questions. So keep tuned in. Shortly, Freedom is gonna be back with the conversation. Hello, I'm back. I'm back like I never left. So guys, my family, like all you fans, I'm back to continue with to wind up on our first section of this conversation before we proceed to the second section of this conversation. But most importantly, we are talking about the genesis of Freedom Global TV. Now, we go to a place whereby I'm robbing fighter to move with freedom. Yes, while in music industry, I got support from different countries. I got support from United States of America, the majority, followed by Philippines, all the way from Southeast Asia, followed by South Africa. Before South Africa, we had Uganda, by the way, and all of a sudden South Africa came and offered to Uganda. Now we had South Africa all the way from Africa. Massive support from Uganda, my neighboring country, and from my homeland country, Kenya. My homeland is also from Uganda. Ugandan people, I'm part of you, I'm part of you by phone. You know what I mean. I don't need to talk much about that, but Philippines and Uganda, we have something in common. I've already talked about it several times. Don't want to repeat that. And then support from Nigeria, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania. What support from Vietnam, Indonesia, Cambodia. Also got support from Australia, part of Australia, Papua New Guinea, from Italy, but not from the northern part of Europe. That's where we need to some members from. But also, I don't say that I don't have support from Europe, but most support comes from the west and the south I mean. So I really appreciate this support and I don't take it for granted. I felt like when I moved from Freedom to Freedom Africa, initially I got support within Africa. I came to realize, we must be Freedom Global. Why? You know, we had many people supporting from outside Africa. I feel like now we should move from Freedom Africa to Freedom Global. And I feel so guilty that I've betrayed my African fans. Now that we've won Global Freedom Global, what can we do now? We come back and we started another section whereby we accommodate our African members. We started Freedom Africa. As you can see, we are still moving on very well. We have a dream of 10,000 subscribers before the end of this year. And on Freedom Global TV, just a few members, we hit have a million subscribers. Please, let's achieve this goal before the end of this year. And also from our last born international top trends, we are heading to 50,000 subscribers before the end of this year. So please, my beautiful people, help us achieve this goal. That's a brief history of Freedom Global TV. So in our second section, I want to talk about you and I. Took it okay alone. That's the reason why I'm requesting each and every one of us to contribute towards this conversation, because for a successful conversation there must be two or more parties, and for that successful conversation there must be exchange of ideas, words. Yeah, I can't keep on talking alone. I need to talk to you. I need also to listen from you. So please, let's listen to your questions. I need to hear from you. And even at the end of this live stream, if you are watching after the live stream, I'll still answer your questions, because without you we could not be here. And for me to satisfy your curiosity, I have to answer each and every question. And there's this thing most people don't know. Each day we receive over 100 comments and questions, not only on live stream but also on other videos, and I always answer each and every question. I always respond to each and every comment on Freedom Global TV. Yeah, right. I'm so busy. Yeah, I'm very, very busy person, but because I treasure you, I consider it. I consider it like being rude, being ungrateful if I see a comment and I don't answer it. So please, if you ask a question, I'm always here to answer each and every one of you, and each and every question you ask. So please, my people, ask questions, please. Let's contribute to the conversation of today. Let's contribute to the conversation of today. Let us listen to your questions, please. Listen to your questions. From international top trends, you can see the last chart is from international top trends. Please click that conversation, go there and subscribe to our international top trends. So if you have seen this last chart on this live stream from Freedom Global TV, I'm talking about that. Please click that account and subscribe. We will really appreciate it. While I'm waiting for your questions, the link to our community badge is still on, available on Freedom Global TV. You just click, you join, and you are able to watch our videos 24 hours, 2 days, and even 30 days early before we upload them to the public. So you will get that privilege of watching videos that other people cannot watch before the right time. Join our community badge. Told you I may not talk a lot because I'm not feeling okay. My throat has a problem at the moment. That's the reason why I take hot tea. Please guys, I'm listening. I can't proceed to another section if I'm not listening from your side. It will be so rude if I can't give you time. to express yourself. Please contribute to Freedom Global TV so that I can be able to answer your questions. So I'm just waiting for you to finish, to get prepared for your questions, to ask your questions before I proceed to the next section. I cannot continue the next section if I'm not listening from you. It will be so rude, it will be so unfair. We are here to communicate. Even if you present your country, you present your country. I'm just waiting for only 3 individuals before we proceed to the next section. I told you the next section is so interesting. I'm gonna let you know the flag of this country. This is a flag, this is another flag, and this is another flag representing each country. I will tell you the reason why I had to have this on my list. So before I continue with that section, let me see just 3 individuals asking questions or representing their continent, their country. Before I continue, I'm listening only 3 individuals before we proceed. Please, if you are watching and you are interested on this conversation, let's know where are you watching from. Ask any question, I will answer it, I promise. My good people, we're about to start our second section, but please, before we start our second section, let me know where are you watching from. Let me hear from you, because this is not like a command conversation whereby I have to talk and you have to listen. No, you have to talk, have to listen. That's a complete communication. That's a complete conversation. So please, talk. I will be listening to hear from you, because I appreciate you and I do respect you. I can't talk without giving you time. So, my God, it's your time, man. It's your time, man. Say something. Ask something. Before you continue. I have an interesting story about this flags. This is the flag of a country. This is the flag of a country. And also, this is the flag of a country. You can even say that flag belongs to this country. This flag belongs to this country. You can also say that. Only that. I'm listening to only 3 individuals before we continue, because if I'm not going to do that, if I'm going to talk without listening to your side, that will be so rude and I will feel so guilty, because I love you, because I appreciate you have to feel tired. Okay, you shy me. You shy me. You shy my eye contact. You shy me. I'm sure you shy me. You shy me. It's okay. Let me do this. No, I just go behind the cameras, give you time to ask a question. That's what I'm gonna do now. So feel free to ask a question. Feel free to ask a question. I'm gonna myself to ask a question on our chat. I'll come, I'll read, and I'll answer. Before we move to the second section, I told you the second section is so important, it's so interesting, it's so amazing. Without me, we don't know where we are heading to, and we cannot know where we are coming from. We only know where we are heading to when we listen to each other for each other. Yes. So let me hear from you. Hold in the camera so that I can give you time. If you shine, and if you shine me, I'll be behind the camera so that you can be able to ask your question, represent your continent. If you are curious, ask a question, I will answer it right away. So please, it's your time, it's your time. I'm here. You say you talk, I listen. It's your time to talk now. As we just shortly, I'll be back. All right, welcome back to Freedom Global TV, international top trends, and from Africa TV. So, if you are watching for the first time, remember we've had this conversation for the last 1 hour, and we're coming to the second section and the last section of this conversation. So, I told you, Ari, if you're watching from which country, wherever you're watching from, just represent your continent, represent your country, and if you're curious, just ask any question. I'm just right here to answer each and every question you ask. But just before that, allow me to irrigate my throat with a cup of tea. I'm back like I never left. So, I don't know what happened today, my people. What's wrong today? Well, it's so silent. I don't know what's going on, my people. Remember, we are live from International Top Trends, our first camera, second camera from Africa TV, where I'm also watching from this side, and Freedom Global TV, celebrating 100 million views on Freedom Global TV. Actually, we are supposed to do 100 million views, but that's because over 3,000 videos are private on Freedom Global TV. Now, you can say we have 100 million plus views on Freedom Global TV. As I told you, Ari, I decided to take this heavenly opportunity to have a conversation one on one with you, listen from your side, and I always reply to each and every comment, each and every question. So for a complete conversation, there must be 2 or 3 or more parties involved. And for this conversation to be successful, must be a flow of ideas, words. Yeah, I think Ari, it's gonna be so rude. It's gonna be so bad and so disrespectful for me to keep on communicating alone without giving you a chance to contribute towards this conversation. For those who are joining from international trends, remember this is our new channel. It's not new, it's old, but we transformed it to from music to international top trend stories. But today I felt like no, we should come together and celebrate this milestone as Freedom Global TV. And from the very beginning, I've been talking a lot. So if I may not talk a lot, permit me some little altitude because I told you I am not okay. My throat has a problem. That's the reason why I keep on irrigating my throat with a cup of hot tea. So we were talking about the genesis and the birth and the roots of Freedom Global TV. We had a conversation about the genesis of international top trends, our last born, and of course, Freedom Africa TV. What we've been doing from the very beginning up to now, what we are doing right now, and I'm gonna also talk about our future plans. But before that, I gave you an opportunity. I gave a free space for each and every one of us. I know we are watching from different geographical areas, different continents, different countries, different geographical locations. So please, why can't you represent your country? So far, we have representative from Cameroon. We have representative from South Africa. Yeah, my Kenyan brothers and sisters, where are you? Where are you? Why are you so silent? Are you not curious? I'm here to listen to your questions, my friends. Why are you silent today? Maybe you are on weekend. Weekend people don't talk. Weekend people do talk. So, my friends, I'm listening. I cannot continue this conversation if you are not going to talk. If you are not contributing to the conversation, I'll be feel so guilty that I'm talking alone. No, we should have a conversation. For people, I can permit some little a lot of people from international top trends because they are new, they'll be watching and listening. So if you are watching from international top trends because I've just shared the link, please remember to subscribe. Just a minute. I'm not going anywhere. I'm listening. I'm waiting to see your conversation. Your questions must be answered right now. Just a minute. Well, we are back like we never left. I just need only 3 individuals to participate here before I continue. Oh, you guys, I love you so much. Without you, we could not be here today. So, to pay back, I have to give you an opportunity also to contribute towards this conversation. Hmm? Are you getting me? Are you getting me? Are you getting me right? So, feel free to contribute to the conversation of today before we proceed because we have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to share, but if we cannot communicate one-on-one, if we cannot share ideas, they cannot get you, give you a chance to contribute. How are you going to communicate? Please permit me some little altitude because of the environment and the background noise. Something you cannot control. All are right now we are adjacent to the highway. You see, there is that movement commotion from one point to another, background noise here and there. So please, sorry for that. Having if we cannot. Yes, I'm listening. Now, it's your time to talk. It's your time to ask questions. Feel free if you're curious. I'm here to answer your speech of curiosity. Your questions will be answered. Those who are watching from Freedom Global TV, International Top Trends, and of course, Freedom Africa TV. It's your time now to contribute to the conversation of today before I continue. Remember, on Freedom Global TV, we have a link down this video. If you just want have an opportunity to watch our videos just before we upload them, to have an heavily opportunity to watch the videos 24 hours, even 30 days early before the videos was live on our channel. So that community low as 146 USD, you will be able to have the privilege of watching videos just before they go on live. Public will be able to watch them. Please watch by joining the link on Freedom Global TV. If you're watching from international top trends, you can shift to Freedom Global TV so that you can be able to have a better understanding of what we normally prepare for our family. And if you are watching from Freedom Africa TV, you can also join Freedom Global TV. And our target from Freedom Africa TV is 10,000 subscribers before the end of this year. 50,000 subscribers on the other hand, International Top Trends, and of course, have 1,000,000 on Freedom Global TV. Please, if you're watching right now, thumbs up. This helps a lot. Just like the live stream, it gives us an opportunity to extend our video to individuals who are not present right now. Please thumbs up, like our live stream so that we can be able to reach as many people as possible. Right now, we are about to end the conversation of today because I don't think that we can continue if at all we are not going to have this conversation one on one, because it hurts me and it breaks my heart to feel like I'm talking alone without you guys. If you're watching, I need to hear from you before I continue with the conversation. To be so rude and so unfair if I'll be communicating alone without contributing, without giving you a chance to contribute. I'll be so selfish. So please, I'm going to the most important section of this conversation, but how can I go alone? No, we should go together. So please, let me hear from you guys. Contribute to the conversation of today. And if you're watching from international top trends, you can also contribute to our conversation to Freedom Global TV. Please, let me hear from you before. My people, what are we waiting for? Let's share our Let's share our ideas on Freedom Global TV, international top trends, and of course, Freedom Africa TV, where I am right now. As I said, Ari, this is the most important part of this conversation, but we cannot continue if we are not on the same lane. Because I can be talking alone without giving me a chance to contribute. It's your time now. It's your time now to contribute, my friend. From Freedom Global TV, let's hear from you. Well, don't know whether to continue or to stop or to wait for contribution first. I told you our location today have some disturbance and a background noise. So permit me some I'll do because of the situation right now. I just adjusted to the highway. Today's a weekend. Kids are playing outside. Today's a weekend also there's movement on the highway. So we cannot be able to hear background noise, but bear with us. One of our friends is contributing here, but I'm unable to read and understand your language. But let me consult first. So that I will come to answer you because I've seen a number of questions here. I don't know the language, but I'll just confirm. Oh, my friend, it breaks my heart that I can't get a source where I can find the interpretation of your words here. Anyone who understands what my friend has just asked here, please. Okay, the first question he is asking, you are not a Russian? No, I'm not a Russian. I've luckily found the interpretation of your language. I'm not a Russian. I am myself. I'm just an African from East Africa, Kenya. Kenya, the country of great marathoners. Your next question. Going to your next question, my friend. Just few minutes. I'm going to answer your next question. Let me go through it because it's written in Russian. So I'll take time to get the correct interpretation. Oh, seems Russian, not a Russian. That's the second question. The second question from this guy of ours. Do I look like a Russian? Also, that's a good observation. So let me read the next question from our friend. As I told you, it's written in Russian, so I have to copy paste and find the right interpretation of the question. Okay. Well, we are back on Freedom Africa TV. Oh, I'm sorry. Our Russian guy has just left because he was unable to understand what we were talking about. We are really sorry for that. From the interpretation of the last chat, as you can see on Freedom Global TV, he have said we are talking in a foreign language I cannot be able to understand. Goodbye. I've just searched the interpretation part of it. That's how it says. We are talking in a foreign language I cannot be able to understand you. But thank you for clicking in to watch Freedom Global TV, our friend. Maybe one way or another you can be able to understand what we mean by saying so. It's so difficult to talk for 2 hours non-stop. I'm so tired. really tired. Those ones who click in to watch our live stream on International Top Trends, Freedom Africa, and Freedom Global TV, I really appreciate you. I'm sorry because of the movement here and there behind three cameras. You can understand how difficult it is to control three cameras at the same time, three accounts on different YouTube channels. It's so difficult, but if you join to watch our conversation, thank you so much. I really appreciate your unwavering support. Yes, I don't take it for granted. I appreciate you, and we still have time. If you are curious, if you have a question, you can ask on International Top Trends, Freedom Africa TV, or Freedom Global TV. I'm here to answer. And even after the conversation of today, I'll still go to questions. If you're watching it hours after here, I'll still answer your questions because it's my work to answer each and every one of you. I told you, Ari, each and every single day, I answer over 200 comments and questions on Freedom Global TV. I always respond to your comments. More than 200, if not 300 each day. Always answer questions and comments. So please feel free to ask questions. Feel free to answer each and every question you might come across. And if you have the answers, you can also contribute. So I really appreciate you and I don't take that for granted. I'm so tired. I'm really tired, but I'm so happy that we have this wonderful opportunity. Those ones who are watching Freedom Global TV and no Freedom Africa TV and International Top Trends, you may be able to hear background noise, but for those ones who are watching Freedom Global TV, we are lucky because this lapel is for you guys. So you are able to hear me clearly without disruption from background noise because today is a weekend. So people are available to go. So please allow me to click the ending button. Till next time, I really appreciate your ongoing support from the very beginning when we started this conversation 2 hours ago up to now. Watching from International Top Trends, Freedom Africa TV, and Freedom Global TV, I really appreciate you. Till next time. Just a minute.